Cool. Start the intro.
I don't know how to start it.
Yes, we do this every single time.
Hello, everybody. That's my intro.
Hello, everyone.
No.
You sound like the freaking professor from Futurama. Good news, everyone.
Oh.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 4 of Happily Taken. We appreciate you guys coming back here and watching another episode. Hopefully you all had a phenomenal weekend, and coming up to this next episode, you guys had a phenomenal week walking up to it. We actually just got back from a nice little vacation with my family. We got to go to Portland, Maine. We went to New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Rockford? Where was Lobster Fest? Rockford?
Honestly, I don't know.
Pretty sure it was one of those places, but we did get to go to Lobster Fest. I literally ate lobster for out of the 5 days we've been gone, I think I ate lobster 4, if not 5 days straight. Just ate a bunch of lobster, so it was amazing. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I went with. So
She was there.
I was there. No, we went to Maine, which we both have never been, and when we went, it just so happened to fall on lobster, like the Lobster Festival, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to check that out, which was both of our bucket lists.
It was actually.
So that was kind of cool. Not only did we get to go to a new state, actually went to two. We also got to do Lobster Fest. So that was really cool, actually.
It was very fun.
It was different.
I tried clams for the first time.
No, you tried
Or
oysters.
I've had clams.
Different.
I hadn't had oysters.
Yeah, you ate I think six.
Six oysters. I got them shucked and I slurped them things down, dude.
Yeah, so that was different. That was cool.
They were very good. You didn't try one.
No, I did not.
I was a little upset about that.
Yeah.
It's okay. Next time we go out to a nice dinner, you're going to try one.
It was a lot of seafood all at once.
You know
So
what?
I was
Fair.
kind of enjoying the lobster aspect of it since we were at the Lobster Fest. So, yeah.
It was good, though. No, it was a good time. And then by the time you guys see this upcoming episode right here, we will be coming back from Nashville.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a great time. We would have already seen your sister and my good friend. So yeah. So hopefully everything goes well with that. Nice little road trip with the wifey, because she's been wanting to go on a nice little road trip with me. So that's going to be a good time.
It will be a great time, actually. So, nice road trip. Just the two of us.
Just the two.
Yeah. And then by the time I come back, I have to go back to
work.
Well, both of us do.
Both of us. Don't remind me.
It happens.
Yeah, it does happen. But that's okay, though. But
On to...
the more pressing matters.
Yeah.
So something a little different we're going to be trying today. So as you guys know, we do offer relationship advice, stuff like that, through some of the stories that we read and stuff like that. We actually are going to be trying a new thread from Reddit, which is the relationship / relationship advice sections. I believe we both have a little story or post. We'll call them a post because it's not really stories, I wouldn't say. But we do have posts that we did find that we were kind of interested in talking about. I haven't heard hers yet. She hasn't heard mine yet. So it's going to be kind of something different for both of us to try. So we will still be doing the Am I the Asshole stories. We're going to be still doing those. But we're just going to be trying some new things as well, just to kind of see how it works. See if you guys like it. See if maybe we can give our 2 cents on if we were in the situation, or if we have been in a situation, you can kind of just hear our sides of the stories on that. And kind of just see where things go. So I think we're just going to try something different, see how things go from here on.
Yeah, that sounds good. And also, yeah, we wanted to reach out to different, threads, and everything. If you like a certain thread, or if you guys know of good stories, or posts, please reach out. Please leave a comment. We do check them. I know you really look at everything, so he's been keeping up on checking out the posts, seeing what you guys like, dislike. Or if you want us to mix it up a little bit, do a couple of each or one of each, or however you guys want to, just to pin it out, I guess. We'll see.
Absolutely. And like we always say, if you guys have any questions about like relationship stuff, you could always do it anonymously. If you want to email, the email, mazzer.tv@gmail.com. If you guys want to throw any questions out to us, obviously, if you want to make it anonymous, just, you could always say, hey, I want to ask this question. I'm too afraid to ask it in the comments or you personally, so I'd like to ask you via email and just kind of keep it anonymous when you talk about it. We can do that too. Or if you guys want to share your story with us and have us share it with, the audience, we're more welcome to do that. So feel free to let us know. We're here to help. We're here to just kind of explain how we have grown as a couple. I mean, we've been together for, Jesus,
13 years.
longer than that. We've known each other longer than that.
We've known each other longer than that.
What, almost 20 years?
Yeah, probably. Give or take.
So, I mean, as you guys can see, we've definitely grown, as friends, and now we're growing as, a newlywed. So,
yep, not quite at our 1 year yet. It's coming up, but not there yet.
We're a month and 11 days away.
I think so.
Yeah, September. Yeah, September 7th. Today's the 6th right now. So as we're recording this on the 6th. So yeah, a month and 11 days. So it's
coming up fast.
That's very fast. Jeez.
Wow.
40 some days. Holy.
It's coming up really quick.
We gotta plan something. Well, guys, don't tell her I'm planning something for us. Don't tell her. But anyway, I would love to hear your story because I know you brought it up a couple times and you kind of keep
which one?
You said you had the one about.
I think I have a couple, but I think the one.
You mentioned a couple. I'm trying to remember which one it was though.
The double standards one?
Yes, that's the one. So I'd love to hear this one because this one's kind of been. I've been getting interested to hear this one.
Okay, so I guess we'll jump right into it. I did find this on r/relationship advice, and I know that's one of the
like the threads.
Yeah, the categories and stuff like that. This wasn't up for very long. When I found it, it was only 23 hours old. So it was very new. And I believe I just checked it and it's actually down. So
it was like a throwaway then, right?
Oh, no, actually it was on their account.
Oh, okay.
I think it actually got deleted by the mods.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just because I don't think they really felt like this was the category for it.
Oh, okay.
Like the mod, like sometimes the mods get
like move it's like no, it belongs in this thread actually. Okay.
Yeah, they'll suggest and stuff like that, or just feel like it's probably not in this thread or a good fit in here. But it was like removed from the relationship advice. I don't know. You might find it again. They might have reposted somewhere else, but this is where I found it. Okay, so only 23 hours old, and it is titled, "Is it okay that my wife, 33 female, holds me to a different standard than she does her family? What are some words I should use to tell my wife that I, 34 male, don't like how she sets double standards for me?" Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry. Sometimes it's like in the way I have to like position myself in a way. Okay. So my wife, 33 female, and I, 34 male, have been married for 3 years. On multiple occasions, I have observed that my wife applies a different moral standards to me compared to her family. While she is vocal about pointing out things that I should or shouldn't do, she tends to remain silent when her family engages in similar behavior. For instance, during a recent grocery shop trip, I didn't push the cart back to the cart return because we were in a hurry. It was hot outside and we had ice cream in the car. Although I understand that it was the right thing to do and immediately It would have only taken me a few seconds in that moment. I just wanted to get home quickly. My wife expressed her disapproval, the car keys, and my wife expressed her disapproval, took the car keys, and insisted that I return the car before we could leave. I gave in and pushed the cart back. A few days later, while shopping at the mall with my wife's sister and husband, the same situation occurred, but this time it was her sister who didn't push the cart back. Strangely, my wife didn't say anything to her sister about it. The pattern of behavior has become evident on multiple occasions, and it bothers me that my wife appears to apply double standards, treating me differently from her family. When I brought up my concerns with her, she responded by emphasizing that she is married to me and not her sister, implying that her sister's actions are not relevant to our relationship because I'm the one she has to be with 24/7. However, I tried to convey that it's not just about her sister specifically, but rather about her willingness to set distinct expectations for me compared to her family. Despite my attempts to explain this, she remains adamant, continually repeating that she is married to me, not her sister. Is it okay that my wife holds me to different standards than she does her family? What are some words I could use to tell my wife that I don't like how she sets double standards for me? That was it.
Wow. I mean, that's kind of a lot to chew on. I mean, I understand what he's saying. It's like, listen, like if you're gonna tell me things that you think I should be doing, it's like then it should be something that's like kind of like a more common thing. Like I feel it's like one of those things like, if I'm having dinner with your family, right, and you all put your dish in the sink and I just like leave mine on the table, it's like you expect me to do the same thing because it's like it's just common courtesy or something to do. But I mean, I feel like in this case it's kind of like hard because I mean he only gives like one example of just like a cart, and I'm like, okay, well, I feel like no one really puts their carts back anyway, so I'm like, that's kind of like a poor example. But I do understand what he's getting at, though. He is saying like, again, obviously he did say that there are instances in which the wife holds different standards, and I can kind of understand where she's coming from. 'Cause it's like, well, yeah, like you're my husband, I kind of want you to have better standards than what my family has. So I understand what she's doing, but I feel like the way she's doing it isn't correct. But at the same time, it's also kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like you don't want to feel like you're being treated like a dog too. So it's like I don't really like know how to, from a male's point of view, like I wouldn't really know how to react to that per se.
Would you get mad if I told you to just go put the cart away? I'm just curious. Actually, I mean, I feel like we just naturally do it.
Well, that's the funny part, like because I'm usually the one that's like loading the truck up with like all of our food and groceries, and you are kind enough to usually you put the cart back. I would say like 75-85% of the time you're usually putting the cart back, which I really appreciate and respect that you do that for me. But I mean like let's say like the cart was like not all the way in, like let's say if it was in the cart rack, but it wasn't like stacked on top of each other, I'm not gonna be like, yo, go back in there and push that cart. Like I would never tell you to do that. It's like that's not your job. That's
sometimes they're just so full.
Right, no, but of course. But that's what I'm saying though. It's like I wouldn't, like if you had told me like, hey, can you just go put the cart back? I'd be like, no, it's cool. Like now if I just like left it out in the middle of like the parking lot and it's like,
yeah,
if you asked me like, yo, go put that back, I'd be like, oh, yeah, you're right, I probably should. Like, but I wouldn't get mad about that.
Okay, I think that's what they were probably getting at because I feel I mean, do you want to hear some of the comments?
I'm curious, yeah, because I want to see if like they're in the same thought process as me then. Like
Okay, and then we could talk more.
Yeah.
Most of the comments were asking for more examples.
Thank you. Exactly what I said too. Okay.
The first one is like, I'm gonna need more examples of the double standards. The one you have given simply tells me that your wife feels more comfortable with you than she does her sister. It's not unreasonable for her to expect her chosen life partner to be at a higher standard than somebody she had zero say in being related to.
Right.
I mean, some people are like, I couldn't get past the first like example, LOL. What the hell? You couldn't put your cart back. I immediately stopped reading and wondered to myself if this was a troll account with a purposely bad example of lack of self-awareness. If it's true, then I don't blame your wife for saying something. Like she said, she's married to you.
Right.
You are the one. She can't be responsible for her sister. And also, why the hell is no one in the family putting the cart back? What the absolute hell? A lot of people
Or just more like this doesn't really help like justify like your question because it's like we don't really know what else is going on.
yeah, a lot of people are like questioning like this is such a bad example, the cart thing. Like who doesn't put their cart back? they're really, a lot of commenters are just really upset about them not putting the cart back, which makes me laugh that it's just like it has like turned into a different
Right.
conversation sometimes. But I mean, a lot of commenters are basically saying the same thing, like this person's not married. Like, yes, they're related to their sister, but it sounds like you guys are all adults and whatever they do is up to them, but she is married to you.
Right.
You guys are a partnership. What you do is a reflection on her. So, if she's saying putting you up to like higher standards, they also think somebody also like mentioned like she knows you're better than that, basically, like knows that you know what you're capable of. The car thing is still like the poorest example
that you can give.
that you can give. I don't know if this is the worst that you can think of.
Like
I think you have a keeper.
Yeah, for real. If that's a problem, like I'd be like, if that's the biggest problem you got, that's not a problem.
No,
Like,
it's not a problem at
your
all.
relationship is gonna be fine if that's the only real caveat that you have between each other.
Right. So
But I'm just like now I'm just thinking like in a sense of like not even like us, but like other like couples and relationships. I'm just thinking like out loud now. It's like what like I'm trying to think like do we have any like double standards we put on each other? I don't feel like we do we? I can't think of anything like off the top of my head. I mean,
I think again, I don't think it's so much a double standard as like an expectation. You expect a certain level of respect or a certain level from your partner, I feel like sometimes, or you just know, like, I feel like I know what you're capable of. I know what to expect from you.
mm-hmm.
And if you don't meet it sometimes, or if something is lacking, it's like, hey, are you like, are you okay? Or, what's going on? Like, do we need to talk about something? Like, you know what I mean? Like when something's off with that, like I'm expecting this, but you're not giving me it. Well, what's the problem? Are you working too much? Do we need to talk about something? Is something bothering you? Is it like, is it just like, maybe it's not so much the cart thing, but maybe a nagging thing? Like her,
like if you were like harping me for something that
yeah,
I do, but like if your sister does the same thing, you don't nag her for it. It's like,
yeah,
it's like, well, that's not fair. If it's a problem when I do it, it should be a problem when anyone that does it. You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of understand. Like I think what the moral of his story is like, is it fair for her to like essentially like expect like more of me than her family, even though it's like the same thing, I guess. But it's like
Again, but you're married
I was
to
gonna say,
this.
but that's your life partner. Like you're gonna be with that person forever. Like they're not gonna be with their family forever anymore because now they're with you.
Yeah, you're starting
So
your own
of course
unit.
you're gonna expect more from your partner. I feel that's kind of just like normal.
Yep.
Now now again there are some expectations where it's like, okay, you're asking a little too much.
Yeah.
You know, some expectations could be very little. It just depends on how how you guys discuss things, how you guys compromise things, and I feel like how you present what you're looking for.
That's true. If you're
So
presenting in a very open fashion
yeah,
compared to nagging or saying you don't do this or you don't do that, I think that could really go wrong in so many ways. So, yeah, I don't know. And do you have any other comments or questions or anything? It was kind of a shorter one, but it was.
but it does get the idea out there, like for like especially those of you that are either new or even have been in relationships for a while. I feel like um before you set out expectations for your partner, or if there are certain expectations you're looking for your partner, to discuss it with them first. Obviously in a very calm manner. Don't just expect them to do things because you think that you want them to do that, or don't do it out in. I feel like public. Like don't point it out in public. I feel like that's more of like a private thing to deal with.
Yeah, I feel like doing it in public.
Just kind of sets a different vibe for that expectation. It's like, well, if I don't do it again, you yell at me in public if I forget to do it one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's something behind closed doors
Right.
kind of situation. But it's also an expectation that you guys have to discuss with each other. Like if you don't know that this is like something that like your partner expects, then
That's kind of on you. You need to discuss
you need
that
to
then.
communicate that.
Right.
Like, hey, I would like you to, when we go out, it bothered me that you didn't put the card away. Next time, can you just be respectful of other people's belongings in the surrounding area of cars, especially, and just put the card away. You don't like it when other people do it, just do it yourself.
Right.
One of those situations.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
That was kind of shorter, but
It was, but again, I feel like that's something we like should talk about, though, is like expectations in relationships.
yeah.
So I feel like I feel like we kind of have expectations for each other too, especially now that we're like living in our own home and stuff like that. I feel like again, like it's one of those things where it's like I feel like, if I'm here, you expect me to, cook and help clean, but it's like if you're a mom or sister here, you're not expecting them to cook or
No,
clean for you in our house. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just
that's a guest now.
right.
They're a
But
guest.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like there are certain expectations that you expect from your family and then your life partner,
Yeah,
and they shouldn't be crossed. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting at. So
I gotcha.
so I
know you said you had one too.
I do, and I'm curious to see what you think about this. So because this one kind of hits differently than what yours was.
Okay.
So the title, this is also from r/relationships. So the title of this one, this is new. I think it's like probably like 6 hours,
Ooh.
6 or 8 hours ago. So it's like new.
Okay. Wow.
So the title is debating if we should postpone our wedding or not. So here's how it starts. I'm having a hard time deciding if to postpone our wedding or not. My fiance and I have been together for 4 years. Our wedding is in 42 days, and I'm currently 12 weeks pregnant. It was a huge surprise as this wasn't planned, and we were using, BC with control.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm well aware it can fail, and I've been having some complications and fainting frequently. Turns out I need iron infusions and should feel better soon. Anywho, a week ago, I caught my fiance having inappropriate sexual conversations with a female he sort of works with. It says he works like special assignments at a certain location at work. The woman that he was having conversations with is married, has 4 kids as well. She is aware that I exist, and she has met me and previously worked for my parents, which is a small world. Anyways, I'm struggling with if we should postpone the wedding while we work through this, and use the pregnancy as a reason, as no one knows but immediate family. We are doing couples counseling, and he feels we can work through this and be in a better place by the time of the wedding. but would still continue to work, but would still like to continue working through it afterwards. We did discuss postponing it for 6-ish months, so about 2 months after. But I told him that that would be too soon after the baby, and he didn't seem to like that. We talked about doing a courthouse wedding once we were ready, then have a ceremony later. But he wasn't too big on that. He said he wants to marry me, and the only person he wants to spend his life with is me. However, his mom, sister, and my MOH, I forget what that is.
Maid of honor?
Thank you, maid of honor. And my maid of honor know what happened, as he had told them, and I obviously told my maid of honor. I feel ashamed if I don't postpone, but I'm also embarrassed if we do that to everyone else. I feel this is just a bump in the road, and I do see him as my forever, but I'm also incredibly hurt too. I would tell my friend to postpone, but I know that's easier said than done. TLDR, which is basically too long, didn't want to read. Basically, I'm conflicted and not sure if I should postpone or continue counseling and having the wedding in 42 days. So we kind of discussed this a little bit earlier today when we were getting lunch.
Yeah, I think you did ask me.
What you consider would be like cheating, essentially.
I mean, what this person did would be considered cheating for me.
Right, because they're
Again,
having sexual conversations.
cheating is different for, I think, everybody. I think there's a lot of different people put cheating as different for it's different for everyone.
It is.
Their categories are different. For me, yes, it is cheating. I don't know what else you want me to say
So,
to that.
because what I'm trying to understand is like the OP is seeing it as like a bump in the road, and
I mean, technically it is.
it is, and it totally is. But now my thing is though, you've been with someone for 4 years,
4 years.
which is not a short amount of time.
No.
I mean, even to spend at least a year with someone, that's a pretty good chunk of your time.
How old are they again? Did they say?
They never said ages.
Okay.
They never said an age at any point that I could see. No. So there was no ages said.
Okay.
But I mean, you would have to assume they're probably in their 20s, if not older.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that. So, but my thing is though, it's like, well, in this situation, it's kind of hard because the OP's fiance works with this woman,
It's even worse.
which is even worse. That's what I'm saying though. So I mean, yeah, he could talk about it. Oh yeah, I'll go to counseling. I'll stop doing this. But it's like, okay, but you still have to go to work the next day with the same woman that you are having these sexual conversations with.
Yeah, but the question that she's asking is if she should postpone the wedding, right?
Right.
And I personally, I think she should. I think she has the right idea because she even said herself, like, if my friend came up to me and asked me what I should do, I should postpone. Again, easier said than done. I know you really love this person. Obviously, you're trying to
marry him.
you're in the process of getting married. You're having a child together. However, I guess you could see it as a bump in the road, but at the same time, do we know this is going to get better or if this is going to get worse? Because right now they're showing you really like red flags all over the place. Right. Unfortunately. Right. And this is the time before you get married to go, you know what? Let's take a pause. I think she has the right idea. Take a pause, postpone the wedding, wait. Yeah, not 6 months, a year and a half. I would go almost a year. 6 months would be too soon because she said she's probably going to have the baby.
Well, actually, she's 12 weeks pregnant already, so I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. Like 6 months would be
that'd be
too
like right around
soon.
the time the baby be born. Then, 'cause she's already if she's 12 weeks pregnant, she's already 3 months in.
But that's what I mean. Like,
So 6
it would,
months would be that time of the, so she's like
it
trying
would be
to,
another stressful time. And
right.
when you hit another stressful point, is he going to do the same thing? Because I think that might be the breaking point that they're getting to. He's doing this around the time that you guys are getting married in a little over,
Just like a little over a month,
yeah.
a month and a half. See, but that's
Weddings are stressful. Weddings are stressful, and it's like, I would say getting married is one of the most stressful things you're doing. Having a kid is probably one of the most stressful things.
and you're doing both.
Yeah.
You're well, you are pregnant with a child while trying to plan a wedding.
And it's a lot.
It is a lot.
Buying a house is stressful. There's a lot of stressful points. Great things, and not to say that like having a stressful career or something isn't rewarding in the end. Like having a child, rewarding in the end. Getting married, rewarding in the end. But if he's doing this already before you're married, I don't see it getting any better. And I feel like he would have to show you. He can talk all he wants, but like showing you that he's not a cheat. Like he has cheated, but not a cheater. You know, he's cheated once compared to a cheater who does it multiple times
True, but I think my biggest thing is like
or continues to cheat.
I'm okay. So like let's say this. If you caught me doing the same thing, would you? We're married, but we're already married.
Okay.
Would you forgive me for doing that?
I feel like there would be a lot of things that you would have to do in order to earn my forgiveness. I don't think I would forgive you right away.
Okay.
I feel like there would be steps I would need you to take in order to show me that it's a one-time thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get what you're saying.
There are people that have cheated and it's a one-time thing, and they, by grace of God, are able to work it out with their partner, and live on to have wonderful lives. And they never really, not that they don't speak of it, it's they were able to get past it together. And that's because they were willing to do the work together. But there's other people that show that they can't, like, they don't put in the work, they can't be trusted. Maybe the partner just can't get past it, and that's fine. That's not for them to say that they shouldn't or couldn't. You know what I mean? Like, the person who's on the receiving end shouldn't feel that burden. If they can't get past it, that's not for them to feel ashamed about. That's just something that they know that they aren't, you know, like, that they can't just, like, forgive their partner for. I mean, you should always forgive, but
you should. But I think
can you get past it?
What I think gets me the most is like what is it that tempts you to cheat on your partner that you are supposed to be either supposed to be spending your life with, or you are spending your life with? Like what is the ramifications for doing that to your partner? I don't understand. Like,
I don't know.
Is it just like you just have that lust that you just feel like you are missing out on, or is it just like, I know people say, "Oh, it was a stupid mistake." Okay, it's like, but you didn't have to do that.
It's a choice.
You chose to do it.
But that's the thing. Some people own up to that and be like, "Yeah, it was my choice. I'm willing to do anything you tell me to fix it. It's a one-time thing." And then those are the people that, if their partner is willing to work with them, can move on past it. But some people who aren't willing, their partner aren't willing to forgive them and move on, or can't trust them. Like, that trust and loyalty is broken. And if you can't get past it, I mean, that's something that's hard. That's hard to earn back.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, it's I think it's harder to forgive someone that you trusted your life with to do that to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you expect them to take you back after that? Now, again, we've seen firsthand cases of that happening, and it's like, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You know, it's neither here or there. But I mean,
that's a trust and a loyalty that is broken and will never be the same.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I know for me, in my case, I don't know if I would be able to come back from that personally. Like, like if
Yeah.
again, I think it depends on the level too. It's like if I caught you in bed with my best friend, it's like I would not be able to forgive you.
And that's fair.
Yeah, I personally couldn't, because it's like I trusted you to love me, respect me. And it's like you, and to be loyal to me.
And not
like,
only that, but like with a person that is not only your best, like
even if it wasn't my best friend, like it could be like a coworker or just
anybody,
if it was just someone that like
anybody.
you were just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna have an affair on my husband because screw that guy. It's like if you it's like if the way I see it, it's like if you're willing to go that far to cheat on your partner, it's like, then why even be with them then?
Yeah, why not have? Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like sometimes it's not a, I don't know, they don't have the courage to tell their partner what's wrong. Instead, they do the easy way out, and
Would rather just get caught and just be told like
sometimes people
you're a
do
piece
that.
of garbage, like screw you. It's like,
Again, it's hard to make up hypotheticals and stuff like that. For this specific person, they're asking about the wedding. I would suggest holding it off. I would suggest holding it off 6 months after the baby's born, maybe even a year. You will see probably a ton of character. Well, you will see their character in and out probably. Not only are you seeing a whole bunch of red flags just leading up to the wedding, but when your baby is born, that is going to be the most probably beautiful and yet stressful time of your life. And you will see if they are willing to stick by you in order to help you raise your child. And if they keep doing that or are not willing to put in the work, not willing to, you know what I mean? Like,
no,
I feel
I
like
get what
it's,
you're saying, and
I feel like it's the stress things that this person, I don't know if he's trying to find a way out.
well, that's what I'm saying. That's
I don't know.
that's what it feels like. But it's like at the same time, it's like, okay, so you're gonna cheat on your fiance with a woman that is already married,
That's so messed up.
has children. It's like when you're about to get married and you're about to have your first child, it's like I don't understand. Like, what are you trying to? What makes me laugh even more? It's like, so the woman that's sexing you back, like, what about her husband? Like,
That's what I mean.
Does he know about this?
I don't know if she should tell the husband. I don't know
I
if
think
that's
she
like,
should.
I don't know if that's opening up a different can of worms.
But it's also, so it's the reason why I would say she should either OP should say something to the husband, or OP should tell her, be like, listen, like, if you don't tell your husband, I will.
Yeah.
Because it's like, not only did you, destroy the sanctity of my possible marriage, you're also not caring about your own. So I think your
Yeah.
husband needs to know this too. Because if this other woman,
Would that's the thing. Would you want to know, or would you want to be blissfully happy?
I would want to know.
Okay.
Because if,
Some people would
Well-
rather not find out.
which I'm sure, but I mean, I feel like that's like a very hard, not only what I want to know, but it's like, I feel like that'd be a hard secret to keep.
I mean, I think right now it's probably easier because they're not really meeting. They're not meeting up. They're
No, but again, the OP and this woman have met before.
Yeah, that's what's messed up. That they know each other. They probably she worked for her family at one point.
Apparently, like, I guess when her family had like a business or something, I'm guessing like
Small world.
she worked. Yeah, that's what she said too. It's small world. Like, I knew her when she worked basically for my family, and then
So weird.
now my fiance works with her at a different place.
Yeah,
So it's like,
I would not trust either one of them, honestly. Nope. Whether she wants to tell the husband or not, it's kind of like up to her. But right now, with you dealing with probably the wedding and, taking care of yourself for your baby's sake, I think you should just focus on you. Get yourself settled. Postpone that wedding. Make sure you get all that stuff ready. And then
Yeah.
see where it goes. Because right now he's showing you nothing but red flags. Unfortunately. And I don't think it's going to last.
I don't think it will either because I mean, I don't.
But people have proved wrong. People have
There,
proven me wrong. So, um, no, it's such a serious like
topic.
situation because this person is like, you know, in a just in a tough situation, but it's supposed to be like the happiest time that she's having, and you know, it turns out to be like her worst nightmare. So, um, I would just postpone that wedding.
So, because here's my question to you, because you said like, if obviously it would never happen, but if it were to happen between you and me, you said
Yeah.
there would be a lot of things I'd have to like do to like show that I do love you, care for you, and I had to earn your trust back. Like, what would you have to make me do?
I feel like it would be probably different things, but one would be um probably call it quits with this
Other person.
other person. I would say if you could transfer, get a different job, um so it wouldn't happen again. Again, it's not always the case with things, but I don't know if it's just because you guys are friendly, have been friendly, or if you know each other outside of work, you know, because she knows the girl. And I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if it's just because it's a friendly
Environment, maybe.
environment that, like, it's, you know, a bad mix. That if you could move different environments, if it would help. Phone unlocked. Not that I would want to go through it. I don't. You shouldn't have to go through your partner's phone.
I want to talk to you about that too in a bit, but
I don't think you should have to go through your partner's phone, but the fact that you're keeping it unlocked, or I know the passcode, just shows me that you trust me, that I can go through it if I really wanted to, even though I shouldn't have to. Is that a weird thing to say?
no, but I'll come back to that one though. But I
Okay.
do, but I so like basically like switch or not switch out, but change like
Environments.
changing locations. I'm guessing
No
like
contact with this
no
person.
contacts or like blocking their information. I'm guessing like counseling, like marriage
Yeah.
counseling. Okay, so
That would definitely be marriage counseling and stuff like that. I think that would be the start, and then depending on the tools and things that like maybe the counselor suggests in order to like build back that trust up would be stuff that I would ask and see what they would recommend. I'm not too sure. Those would be just be the beginning aspects. And again, like if things start falling through, I know that's not gonna like
it's
if,
not gonna work out. Then.
yeah. If we're not willing to put in the work, then it's never gonna work out.
Would you let me stay in the same house as you though? Like, would you still let me stay with you, or would you want me to like stay with my parents or a friend? Would you still keep me in the house knowing what had happened?
Maybe same house, different bedrooms.
Fair.
Because at the end of the day, it also depends on if we have kids too.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to mess up their routine for something
Right.
that you did and something that could be fixable. Possibly. So we could potentially do different rooms.
I couldn't even imagine if you had kids, man.
I know, that's what I'm
Like
saying.
one child, let alone multiple. It's like
It's crazy.
I feel like as a child, you would just label your parents like.
And that's the thing. It's kind of sad because, like, I feel like younger kids, or just kids in general, they know something weird happens sometimes.
Oh yeah, they can. They're not stupid.
No, they're not stupid at all.
I feel like children can like read emotions better than like anyone.
Yeah.
And that's what's scary.
Well, you hear it all the time too. Like, oh, I remember when. Like, people have stories all over the place of things they remember as kids.
But a lot of times, I don't know if you ever noticed. You ever notice like a lot of times when kids remember things like very vividly, it's always like a bad memory.
Yeah, it's so bad.
That's depressing, man. That hurts me deep down.
It's either the best memory or it's the worst memory.
Yeah.
There's not really many in betweens. Just like you know, middle of the road kind of like memories. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird situation. I would definitely say for the OP, definitely postpone the wedding for sure. I would definitely consider, more counseling, discuss what's going to happen with your fiance's future at the workplace, see if they can definitely get a transfer, or see if the other woman is willing to transfer. Someone's got to leave, basically, because you guys can't be working in the same environment, obviously. I mean, cease contact with each other. I definitely feel like the woman's husband should know as well, because it's like, it's only fair to him that he knows, because if something comes back and I feel like it's worse to find out, like, not only from someone else, but to find out like later down the line, to find out later than just to find out like what's going on right now.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, instead of like now they find out 6 months from now when it's all like said and done.
Because I feel like it's like you had all this time to tell me and you haven't. It's like you were purposely hiding it because you just didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's like if you broke one of my cameras and it's like I was like on a trip somewhere, you broke my camera, instead of telling me the day you broke it, I come back like 4 days later. It's like, why is it not working? Oh, I broke it. It's like,
yeah, I could have.
I could have like ordered a new one by then or something, or called for a warranty. It's like, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like it might hurt being told when it happens, but I feel like it hurts more when you know that you forced yourself to wait ample time to just wait, and then tell me like X amount of days or months or weeks later. You know what I mean? I feel like that's just worse.
Yeah.
But now here's my thing to you though.
You had a couple questions.
Well, questions, yes, but it's more just like if you, what would you see as like some big red flags in a relationship?
I think there's, I don't know, like,
I have 3 big red flags.
What are yours?
So my biggest one is like people that like lock their phone in front of their partners. Like they'll be on their phone and like lock it and then put it face down.
Ooh, the face down thing.
That's a big one for me. It's like, what are you trying to hide? That's like, I can't see. Like,
it's so weird. Yeah, I guess that's weird because like we have our phones. I mean, our phones are both locked.
Yeah, but that's because I don't trust people I work with sometimes. Like,
but we both know our passcodes.
We do, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't trust people to go on my phone and just do dumb stuff with it. Like, whether it be my employees or my customers, or no, you're good. Or no offense to some of my friends out there. I know what you weirdos do with people's phones. Okay, you freaks. But it's like,
yeah, but
to me, it's not like I'm trying to hide something from my significant other. I just don't want people in my phone because it's none of their business.
Yeah, but that's different than us both knowing our passcodes,
right?
And
we know
being able to
our passwords to everything, to our computers, our laptops. But it's like that's different though. But it's like if we're new to each other, like we've been dating like 6 months, and I'm constantly on my phone, and like I just put it down like this, face down. For some reason, that just like always bothers me. And I'll see that even at work too. I'll see couples texting, and I always see one of them put their phone face down every time, and I'm just like,
that's weird.
Like, what you hiding over there? what do you not want us to see or them to see? It's like, it's always something. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's just what I've learned over the years of like just like reading people. I don't know.
I guess one of my big red flags, because you brought up like dinner or breakfast or whatever, being rude to servers.
Ooh, that's a good one.
If you're like, I feel like if you're rude or like
to kind of like disrespectful.
Yeah, just if you're ordering a cup of coffee, whether it's just like in line ordering a cup of coffee, if you're sitting down having a meal, if you're rude to the person providing a service to you, I feel like that says a lot about your personality or your character. I mean, there's ways to go about it that the server will, if something's wrong,
they'll rectify it.
They'll rectify it. They will definitely just take it better if you are just being like, hey, I ordered this instead of this. I don't know if there was some kind of mix up, or if like if you're ordering coffee, oh, I don't know if this is correct, or, I think, can I just get a little bit more, whatever the case might be. And at certain places, like if they get it wrong, they will, like, they have a policy that they have to make you a new one. It's not like they're doing it on purpose. Like, trust me, like, I think, well, you work in the restaurant business. I used to work at a sub shop. And trust me, the last thing that people probably want to do
is mess up your food.
That is not on their
we have better
list.
things to do than to ruin your day. Which, by the way, Potbellies, right here. No ham. Very simple. Anyway,
Oh
go
my
on.
goodness.
Okay, listen.
I'm
Okay.
so salty about
I
it
am
right
so
now.
sorry. Okay, I just wanted a turkey and roast beef sandwich, no ham. I told them no ham twice. No
Yeah.
ham twice. You don't want any, can I get a wreck with no ham? Sure thing.
I think there's like salami on that. I think you have to like actually say like probably no salami or something.
Pretty sure it was just like, it's like sliced salami with like sliced roast beef and sliced turkey.
And ham.
No, that's it. Just those three.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, you'll have to Google that later.
There was still no turkey on there either, though.
What?
Yeah, it was just a roast beef and the sliced salami. That's all. There was no turkey. That's why I was like, what the hell is this other thing on here?
Did they? Okay, I think
They
they
completely
just
ruined it.
I think they just completely ruined your sandwich.
Completely.
I'll have to look later.
I'm gonna get some coming for you, Potbellies.
But anyway, no, I think that's a really good indicator of like who.
You're gonna be like kind of dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shows you what they're like. I don't know, just who they are as a person.
How they deal with people.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my second biggest
Yeah.
red flag is when you are with somebody
Mm-hmm.
and they're constantly on their phone. Like, I mean, like, you could have a full
What
on
do you mean?
let's say like you and me are like just together, we're hanging out, and I've just been texting on my phone all day long. Like, I haven't like I'm sitting there, I'm smiling, I'm texting, I'm laughing, and then I look at you and I was like, yo, what's up?
It's weird.
It's very weird. Like,
It's so weird.
Well, that to me, that's an indicator. Like, whomever you're talking to
Is more important.
is obviously way more important in giving you a better laugh and giving you more entertainment than the person that's physically in front of you
Well, that's why we also have no phones policy
at dinner.
at dinner.
Right.
I mean, we get it. Like sometimes we will have our phones like on us. Well, actually, for dinner, we usually have it in a separate room. Lately.
Usually, like it'll be like if we're having like if I just made dinner and we go to like the living room or we come down here to like
yeah.
watch, we watch a series or something like that. We'll keep our phones usually upstairs or
We'll have our
somewhere.
ringers on if
Right,
somebody
right.
is actually trying to get a hold of us.
Right. We usually check like maybe after dinner we'll check our phones stuff like that. But but I just feel like
When we go out to dinner, phones on vibrate.
yeah,
basically.
usually in your purse or my pocket.
Yeah, because we know like usually like if somebody's calling, probably like if somebody's calling that they doesn't normally call, it might be an emergency.
Right.
We get it. Things happen.
Right. And it's like, hey, like I need help. I'm stranded on the side of the road. All right, cool. It's like obviously like if something like that happens, of course we're gonna answer, but more than likely no. I feel like we don't get phone calls like during dinner anymore.
Mm-mm.
We used to a lot. But that has been rectified. So
That I mean, again, we'll get text messages too, but we will.
right. I mean,
wait.
my phone. I mean, you hear my phone constantly blowing up, but you hear my phone going up all day because of Discord or some Twitch related, YouTube related, or something. So
but we try to make it a conversation at dinner time.
right.
Especially, well, we say dinner time. It's only because that's the only meal we can actually eat together because we're either at work or sleeping.
Work. Yeah.
So dinner's like the only time we can have like that one-on-one conversations. How was your day? What's going on? What's new?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. So those are two red flags to me. Do you have another one?
Ooh.
I have a third if you're.
Ooh, go ahead, because I'm trying to think.
My third is so like let's say if I'm dating you.
Okay.
Okay. How your relationship with your father is.
With my parents or just my father?
Your father.
Why?
It's okay. So you know how they say like you tend to date someone that reminds you of like your like. So for me, like if I'm dating you, or like if you're dating me, like for example, like some of my personality traits might reflect your father's.
Okay.
So that's kind of like typical from what I mean, from a psychological standpoint, that's kind of very typical. You tend to like be with someone that reminds you of.
Yes, I get it.
So if you have a good relationship with your father, that tells me that we'll have a good relationship because if your father and I are kind of similar people, I know it's kind of weird, but it's like the fact that you treat your father with respect means like, okay, then she'll treat me with respect too then.
I feel like I don't agree with this one. As much as like I have a good relationship with my parents and so do you, I feel like there are a lot of people out there that do not. and that doesn't show who they are as people. Sometimes people come from the shittiest of places and don't have any either like good figures in their life, and they still end up being good people.
They do, and I'm not saying they wouldn't still be good people, but I feel like they will just have more like trauma and issues to deal with.
And that's trauma and issues that they'll have to work on,
right,
and deal with. And a lot of people are able to work through and still maintain a perfect life, and not perfect, but
no, I understand.
a good life. But yeah, I mean, the relationship what you have with your family isn't always the best, like green flag, red flag for me.
Right.
Only because every family is different.
It's different, of course.
But
like I said, that's just kind of like one of my things. I mean, I'll put that like probably as like one of my red flags, maybe not top 3, but I would say like the third and fourth one would be between that one and like how you treat like wait staff and like other I would say like other people like in employment, like whether it be like someone in retail, someone in like food industry. I feel like that would be like my third.
Okay.
Between those two. So, but that's, I don't know. I just feel like if you're with someone, you should be focusing like all your time with that one person.
Ooh, I have one.
Ooh.
Having the newest and latest like iPhone, Android, whatever have you, new gadget.
That's a red flag?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I feel like you're never content with anything. Like you have to have the greatest and newest and stuff like that. And that's not to say like, that's just a red flag for me.
So it's basically like you're not committed to something.
I mean, you are. It's just, well, you could be, because obviously you're going out and making sure that you're getting this newest and greatest thing. But also, like, it just, are you, I don't know, are you financially able to do this? Are you just wanting to? What is the motive behind this?
Okay.
Because some people, like, newest phones are thousands of dollars now, and it's just like, are you, you know?
So it's more like like some people that are like financially unstable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can see that. Because it's like, okay, well, if you're willing to just blow all your money like now, like what are you going to be doing in like the future? Like 5-10 years if we get married, you're just going to blow all of our money and like not have a place to live. Like
that brings me to my other one too. I think it's if you change your major multiple times. I would say like 5 times. I know you have. Not 5.
I feel personally attacked right now.
I know.
I feel so personally attacked right now.
Yeah.
To be fair though, the last phone I have, I did hold on to it for a while.
Yeah, and you did complete it. But some people go through like.
Oh, I know. I used to be one of those people that will get a new phone every year. Trust me, I know.
Not phones, but just majors. Phones sometimes are. I would say it's just because. Like sometimes people go a little too extreme on the new phone stuff, and put themselves in debt for the newest and greatest things. Adding on to that, people also do that with degrees.
So okay, so the question is like, you don't think people should switch degrees like because
I just think that it's not bad to be able to switch your thing. I think if you switch multiple, like, you know, over and over and over again, I feel like you just don't know what you want. And I feel like a community college would be better served so you're not in debt. Not so much doing it at a university.
I think though in that regards though, would I count it as a red flag? Maybe, but I feel like it's like that's kind of common depending on
it is very common.
Especially depending on the age. Like if you're a high schooler and you're just fresh into college, it's like you might think, yeah, I want to be a paramedic, and then you take 2 years of college and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be a psychologist, and you spend like a year.
How many is too many? I mean, because just think about it. If you're at a university and you don't have a scholarship.
So here's the thing. I changed my major 3 or 4 times.
That's a lot.
It is, because at first I wanted to do psychology.
Okay.
Then I went into psychiatry,
Yeah.
and then I went into nursing.
I stopped asking because
Yeah.
I think you switched like one
4
time.
times.
Yeah.
The fourth time was education.
4 times, like in 4 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Yes. But to be fair, though, in my defense, though, all of my like courses and credits pretty much ended up being in like the same pool. So I didn't really like. I think for me, what my red flag would be like if someone like went through all the studies to like almost complete a major
And then stop.
and then stop and it's like, yeah, you know, I spent like 3 years during nursing. I only need like 1 more semester left, and I'm just gonna stop and do something else now. It's like. That's like that
kills
to
me.
To me, that'd be more of a bigger red flag.
I think maybe that's what I'm getting at. I think so many people want to get a degree in something and they don't end up using it, which is fine. People do it all the time.
I'm one of them.
But
You're calling me out on this episode, aren't you?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Am I a red flag to you?
No. Well, what I'm getting at is because we were talking about the newest and greatest and putting in debt, I think a lot of people put themselves in debt because of that and then don't realize the consequences later on. Now they're thousands of dollars worth in debt. They don't have a degree that either they didn't finish or they don't want anymore. And now they have to figure it out from there.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Which is hard.
It's one of those like fine lines, but
Yeah.
I do understand what you're saying though. I could definitely see that being a red flag though.
It's
like,
hard.
I feel
Life is hard.
I feel it's just more of like a commitment thing. Like you're just like not committed to like one thing.
Maybe that's it.
So
Anyway,
but that was a good episode.
it was a good episode.
That was good. We did discuss a lot of stuff. So some relationship advice for all you. Make sure you just kind of watch over your partners. If you're just feeling like something is not right, you know, try to talk to them. If you feel like things are kind of just like being like kind of like pushed to the side and they're not really focusing their time on you, it might be time to focus on someone else then. You know, make sure you try to find someone that is like that values your time and values your worth and isn't willing to keep secrets and hide things from you. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways.
Yeah. That was actually really well said.
Thank you. I had someone beautiful to help me with that one.
Thanks.
I love you.
I love you too.
So, code word.
I got nothing.
Secrets.
Ooh. I like that.
Secrets. Ooh.
Secrets.
I like it.
I like it too.
Code word secrets for this episode.
Secrets.
Secret time. So we're gonna end it there. We really appreciate you guys. We are at 29 subscribers as of this video, so we're gonna see if we can hit 30. I would like to hit 50 by the end of this month if possible. Lowest 40. I would like 40 is my realistic goal, but I'm trying to hit that 50. So if you guys know of anyone that is actually enjoying this podcast besides yourself, make sure you guys share this video, share the whole channel to them. Make sure you show it to your moms, your dads, your dogs, your cats, your pet goldfish, or to your significant others. If you guys want to watch it together, help you guys grow, maybe kind of give you guys some insights into your relationship to help you better your relationships. Hopefully it'll get you guys closer to marriage. Smiley face. But if you guys seriously enjoyed this, please make sure you hit that red subscribe button, hit that bell notification to know when we are posting. We will have some more things coming up on the TikTok and YouTube Shorts soon. And I think that'll be it. Make sure you follow us on all of our socials, and we'll see you guys next Saturday. Take care, you guys.
Bye.